Ooh. King Crispy. That's what we're doing. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
No kings.
I know, right? Awkward that I pulled this one today. Like, I get it. Not the best timing. If you're wondering what's happening, that's a great wonder. Every 9 minutes, I'm going to do a different segment and a different beer. Now you're all caught up, and that's where we're at. I'm the queer. These are the beers. That's the show. All right. So this is from Deschutes Brewery. Yep, you sound fun. You sound pretentious as shit. It's in northern Portland. I was right. Okay. Got that from the name. But also, it's adorable. Look at that guy. That's fun. That's fun. What did I warn you about adorable beers? All right. This is going to be painful. Here we go. Let's try it. Of all days, drinking a goddamn King beer. Better. This is a tasty beer. Real light. I don't know that it's real crispy, but real light. It's a Pilsner, so obviously it's going to be light. Do we have any, raise your hand, are you a beer drinker? Do you like beer offhand? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and then just queer drinkers right here, and then drinking wine early. Got it. All right, I paid attention. All right, so this segment, we're going to open it up to Q&A. So, what's nice about the question and answer portion of the show is any straight people here or anybody, if you've ever had a question for the gay community that you wanted to ask, I'll answer for the whole community. Don't worry, guys, I got it. To give my background, to make sure I'm qualified, I'm gay. Trust me. And real gay. I ran St. Pete Pride for years, so I did that. And thank you. When I started, I just ran it for a while, and then I was like, "You're exhausting," and I left. Because gays are exhausting. Also festivals, and we're at one. And also, I've been around. I've gone back to the motherland, Provincetown, and San Francisco. I've been around. I know literally everything about the gay community, so I'll answer every and any question. Floor's open now. What questions do we have? Any questions? A question in the back.
What's the favorite color of the rainbow flag?
Ooh, that is a great question. And here's where it's going to get tricky. Gay history has a hanky code associated with it. And my problem with answering that question offhand is some people might associate whatever answer I give to a code that was once given. Do you know what the hanky code is? Have you ever heard of it? No. Have you ever heard of it? Have you ever heard of it? You guys have heard of it. No to you. You're the young one. That makes sense. So back in the day, we're talking the 60s, I want to say, going into the 70s and the 80s, there was a thing called the hanky code. Nowadays, you can find it at the villages with loofahs. They're appropriating my culture. God damn it. Also, the amount of penises that are in their mouths, very appropriating of our culture. So the hanky code back in the day was when people were a lot slicker and they didn't want to be caught and you couldn't have the conversations out loud. They would wear a hanky of a certain color on either their right back pocket or their left back pocket. Right back pocket meant they liked to give it, whatever it was. I'm going to try to suppress some burps throughout. I'm slamming some beers, all right? And then left pocket was they wanted it. They wanted to receive whatever it was. And as some examples, I don't want to get into specifics, but as some examples, like blue was just like, just sex, just regular good old gay sex. So like navy, I want to say it was like navy blue. What's exhausting on the hanky code, if you ever look it up, we, in a gay community, as we always do, got just way too into it. Like, blue wasn't just meaning, like, sex anymore. It was like, light blue means this, and teal means this, and dark blue, like, it got specific. Like, periwinkle means this. It got exhausting. And then, hi, welcome to the show. Come on in, grab a seat wherever you'd like. So, he's the comp, and he's the one that's with him. Yeah, that's, he slept his way to a comp. You guys could have done that. What have you done with your lives? Welcome to the show. This is the second segment. I'm talking about a hanky code right now because I was avoiding a question I didn't have an answer to. So, with that being said, if I were to say like red is the favorite color, certain people that know the hanky code would be like, oh, he likes fisting, and I don't. And so that's a very specific, but like I said, that's one that stands out of my mind because like it's just embedded in there because red, that's what would happen. That's how I see what would happen. And then, you know, there's yellow, there's blue, they get into yellow's exactly what you think it is. Yeah, it's a shower, but you don't get cleaner. You know, that type of thing. So without having a specific answer, I will say this about the colors of the rainbow flag. I absolutely love the new versions of the flag that keep coming out. And I don't know if you've seen, it's gone from a rainbow flag, and then went from a rainbow flag to including like black, brown, and like the leather community into it, and people of color into it, and then it included, now there's a triangle which has the trans colors in it. So I like how the flag has evolved. I mean, if we're gonna keep adding letters, we need to keep adding stripes somehow, right? You know, it's like they added up to 50 states, we're adding up to 50 more letters and stripes on there.
Canada.
And well, soon, and Canada, which I think we're just gonna put a maple leaf as one of the stars up there when we get Canada, so we know which one is Canada. Cool, only 2.5 more minutes on this segment. So that does kind of answer your question. Any other questions from the audience? Any other? Ask anything. Yes, in the back. I already regret asking this. Yes, sir.
When does a twink age out of being a twink?
That's why he's half straight. You guys picked up on like immediately. You're like, did the straight guy ask that? And yes, kind of. It's a great question. So first of all, it goes to looks. Because twinks, if you don't know, twinks are thin, fit, young, usually hairless gay men. That's what a twink is. Side note, gays love putting labels on things, so like bear, cub, otter, and then we make twink, which we're just like making up words, and that's what we've decided to do in our community. We're like, I know there's other animals, and we could figure out something. It could be like a chameleon or a gecko, but no. We're gonna make a twink. So in the community, there's a term called twunk, which is an older twink. You guys heard that. It's basically, I would say, once you hit your 30s, you're not a twink anymore. You're going to pretend to be one, but it gets a little bit sad when you get to mid-30s. Stop thinking you're a twink. And typically, once you hit your 30s, metabolism has stopped. I'm speaking from experience. I know some people say it slows down, but it stopped for me. It was like, it checked out, it clocked out and left. And then if you start getting some hair on you, you become otter-ish. So twinks evolve into other things. But I would say at 30, stop it. You get 18 to 30, that's your age range for a twink. All right, minute left. Any other questions in the audience before we move on? Yes?
Do you think like the new carabiner kind of code is based off like the handkerchief, like old code?
What the fuck is that? I'm a 44-year-old gay man. There's a carabiner code?
Yeah, like you know all the like lesbians and queer women are wearing carabiners. It's
Okay,
like the same
that is
thing.
100% just stealing from
I think
the gay
so.
men as well.
It's
Yes.
Like, so they literally have each side. I think means
Yes,
something.
that is so yeah. First of all, I love that lesbians looked at queer history, saw the hanky code, and went, "We're going to add some metal to this." Yeah, they're like, you know what this is missing? A clasp. God love a lesbian went to Home Depot and picked out a substitute for a hanky, and I love that for them. But yes, I think. Reality is a lot of that, the loofahs in the villages, the carabiners, all of that stems from a hanky code in the 70s when we weren't allowed to actually have these discussions anymore. And we created our own kind of signals, and then instead of reinventing the wheel, people just look back at history. And I think that's great, that we can leave a lasting impression. All right, 9 seconds over, another beer.